In this final video, we are going to design our button submit, which is going to check to see if our answer is correct. Let's start by creating an event for button submit. I now have an event. Whenever button submit is clicked, I'm going to check the answer. Whatever the user has typed into the text box, I want to make sure it matches answers from the list. So if it's the question about the tech innovator, I want them to type Steve. And I got to check to make sure that the Steve in the text box matches the Steve here. And if that's the same word, I want to then give them a new question. So I'm going to use a classic if statement. And an if statement, if they get the answer right, if they get it right, I'm going to give them a new question. If they get it wrong, I'm going to give them a prompt that tells them what the correct answer is so they can retype it in, and I can clear out the old one and retype it in. So let's do that. Let's write that conditional. First, I'm going to use my logic, and I'm going to say, hey, if what the user typed into the text box equals the answer from the list. So I'm going to go to the text box and I'm going to use a getter. And I'm going to get whatever text is in the text box. It's not easy being green and being a getter. And I want to get what's in the text box. So I'm going to get what's in the text box. A lot of green there. And then I'm going to compare it to the list item. And I'm going to use that same select list item that I've used before. So I'm looking for select list item. And I want to select it from the answers list. So I go to the answer list, get the answer list, and I want to get it at the index. And that index is that question answer image index. And I have it now. So now it's going to check to see if it matches. If it matches, I did a good job. And what I want to do is I want to then have a new question. So it's going to go to new question and give me a new question. The else condition means I want it to display some text and not give me a new question. So the text I want to display is in the correction box, where I want to say, hey, I have a new message for you. So I'm going to set the label correct text to be a joint message. It's going to be 2 lines of text. So normally we've just been using this, but now I'm going to challenge you to use the concatenation join block, and I'm going to have some text joined together. The first thing is always going to say the same thing. First, I'm going to say wrong answer. Then I'm going to tell the user the correct answer is, and then I'm going to put the correct answer right here, which means I'm going to have to get it. I'm going to use that select answer again, select item from the answer list at the index of Q, A, and I. Now it will give me the correct answer. It will put that into the box there. It will let me type it in. I also want to do just a little bit of house cleaning here. The first piece of house cleaning I want to do is I want to set the text of the text box. Oops, not the color. I want to set the text of the text box after every type. I want to reset that text to just be blank. So I'm going to do this little blanking out of the text so there's no more text in there every time, just so the old answer doesn't stay there and they have to backspace. I also want to clear out this label every time I ask a new question. Or once you get a wrong answer, it will keep saying the wrong answer in there, even though it should clear out with a new question when they get it right. So I'm going to take that label correct. I'm going to take that text property, label correct text property when I give them a new question, and I'm just going to automatically clear that out every time as well. So we have now successfully checked if the answer is correct. And if it's correct, it gives them a new question. If it's wrong, it tells them the new answer, or tells them the answer. The user can type it in and then hopefully get it right with it sitting right in front of their face.